Okay, welcome. I'm going to connect to a local server which I've just created. Um, we have in this game uh, four factions: Interstellar Rift, sort of base building survival type game. It's not really as in-depth base building as such in the normal sense, that the normal sense being lots of things with conveyor belts and bases and all the rest. However, you do build your ships and your space stations. So in that sense, it's very much a base. And in fact, you can build quite a number of them across the galaxy. And it's a very large galaxy indeed. Right, so in this game, there are four factions. Hurls Co., the first one, specializes in mining and resource selling. And if you joined this faction, you would get 750 units and various other devices and resources. And there would be a HSC Excavator Mark I available for purchase. If you went to Galactic Trade, they specialize, that faction specializes, or that player faction specializes in cargo hauling and trading. In the system Alpha Ventura, again, 750 units, hydrogen, oxygen, and a few other things, standard laser cell ammo. And there is a hauler available for purchase, and you will be able to afford that with your starting cash. The third faction is Sentinel Security Systems, sometimes known as S3. Now, S3 specializes in combat and salvaging, mostly in combat, but if you've blown things up afterwards, take a stuff. There will be various bits and pieces of loot floating around in space after you've destroyed an enemy ship or an enemy, another kind of an enemy. There's another enemy we will look at. Now this one has got the same 750 starting. It is standard ammo, 6,000 rounds. It's got more ammo than any other start, but it has they very, very similar starts. A particular ship specific to S3 is available for purchase if you start there. The fourth option only gives you 250 starting credits, but it gives you iron, steel, and copper in large quantities, but no fuel and oxygen, that sort of thing, or ammo, or what have you. This is, they say, specialized in mining, this faction, but in fact the drifters are more or less the more loosely, you could call them even pirates, or because they do have some piratey type missions they'll try and send you on. And if you take those missions, your reputation with the other factions will suffer somewhat. It also tells you that this is for experienced players only, no beginner ship available. Now I'm going to select this. Because this will give you a good intro to the ship as to the game, as to what you can do with it, including creating your own ship, etc. Now, by joining this faction, I've gained 100 reputation with them. If I press Tab, I will come up with my Grip Omni tool, this thing strapped onto my wrist. And I will have a welcoming message saying, looks like you found this godforsaken outpost. She doesn't look like much, but she's got it where it counts. If you're planning on leaving this heap of junk, you do best to start using our mining equipment. But you've got a head start. We've had some scraps lying around. You can find them in your vault. Now get out of here. Right, so let's delete that welcome message and close that and reopen it, and take a little look at status diplomacy, and you will see with this faction we have a current reputation of 100, which is neutral, really. We can have a look at the details of it, After 1,000 reputation, you will improve after 2,000, after 3,000. When you reach 4,000 rank, it doesn't make any difference. Anything over 3,000 will be very friendly. And you get a discount at their stores and on their stations. This over here, each station for each faction is unique. The Black Pit is very compact, very tight, but it has everything that it needs. She's got it where it counts. This is your vault. The game kind of has a universal vault across all systems everywhere, which you can access. Anyway, that's the way the mechanic works. You have a repair tool, which we can pick up, and now we are carrying. That repair tool on the left shows me the amount of ammo, which is 0, and on the right it says 100, which is the current status of the item I'm looking at. And here on the space station, everything's in good nick. This hasn't been damaged at all. It's 100%. However, here is repair tool ammo. I can pick up that, and I can pick up the other one, and then close that. Press 1 to go back to my other. You can also scroll the mouse wheel, but yeah, pressing the button. I can press R to reload, and I have now reloaded, and you'll see the left-hand side I've now got 100. However, I'm not going to do anything with that. I press Q to toggle between my two toolbars, one of which will have resources, and the other one which will have items, such as chipsets, guns, and various other things, health packs, what have you. I also have some starting resources. Now, as we mentioned, there is no starting ship available for purchase, although there is a ship Vendotron, as they are known, available over here. You see here's a little directions. The ship vendor may have ships for sale. If we run down this passage and open the door at the end and we have a look over here, it may have ships for sale. These would be ships that players have put up for sale. And naturally, the player can ask any value that they want for the ship or any amount of money. You're kind of risking things slightly because it depends on what the person is supplying and how good of a design it is and whether it's worth actually buying. It may in fact be totally rubbish. It normally wouldn't be, but well, on a larger multiplayer server you could find anything. I have some ship designs which I have built. I'm going to load one up, which is called the Bugley Mark 1.02 MP. My little suffix that I've given it there is that it's suitable for multiplayer because it has this extra turret. So if there's two of you on board the ship, you can both be shooting at the same time at enemies. The rest of it is fairly normal. I'm not going to go into great detail on it. This is the interior of the ship, but we'll have a look at it when we build it. The most important thing, however, on this particular ship is what it costs to make it. 32,900 iron, 9,200 copper, 14,500 steel. So I'm going to confirm my exit from this. I'm going to select, I'm going to say build my ship. You see the little Steam symbol over there? That tells me that this ship is uploaded to Steam as well. Now, somehow I've got into a creative game here. Actually, that makes it slightly easier in some cases. Now, normally what I would do is I would click on this and it would show me what is the cost of the ship, what I've got available, and either positive or negative values here that I don't have enough for how much more I need and things like that. But what I'm going to do is just build that ship. You get rewards for doing certain things, quite a few at the start, such as construct a ship. I'll get 1,500 units for it. So I can claim that reward, and you think, oh well, that's a lot. And some of the other ones do bring in fairly large rewards, but it's not really that much of a factor. However, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up to the mining deck. Let me show you on the door outside here. Excuse me, mining bay 1. There's another mining bay behind here. Mining bay 2 over there. And these mining bays, you have these extractors, which you use to target a particular asteroid. This asteroid contains iron, copper, and carbon. And if I scroll down here, some that contain only copper, and some that contain only water, and there's one that contains only carbon. So I'm going to grab this one by double-clicking on it. I'm then going to tell it, okay, grab that one as well and that one. You'll notice they've got a sort of a blue color because they're queued up as such. However, they may or may not drift out of range in the meantime. This is now, it pulls it in, kind of teleports it aboard the ship into this little area, and then it processes the asteroid and breaks it down into raw materials. So here we have got some water, and another little bit of water, and there it's pulled in another one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this water, all of it, into here. This is a refinery, and I'm going to select hydrogen, and I'm going to tell it to process all of that water into hydrogen. Hydrogen is used as fuel, and it's the starting fuel that you are going to use for your ship. So there we go. I grabbed that one while it was still in the air. We'll tell it to queue up that one next. And 2,600, 2,400. I missed that one, kind of moved as I clicked on it. Okay, what I'm going to do here is, once again, I'm going to shove everything in, and I'm going to say make fuel. Now those rather loud noises are good pop-ups. Yeah, look out the window. Somebody is being shot at. Oh, there he is. There he is. Now that's probably a pirate drone. He's probably got aggressive towards a trade drone, and he will take a bit of damage. May be destroyed. In which case there'll be salvage floating around. There he goes. So there are, as you can see just over here, little turrets which fire, and they're not particularly lethal, but they're pretty continuous. So you may have this background symphony going on for a little bit. You tell it to grab that, grab that, grab that, and I'm going to pick up the rest of the water, and I'm going to buff that into the system. I'll tell it to process it into fuel. When you pick up things, they will combine if you've got similar items. I had some odd quantities, sort of 2.5 stacks of something, or 2 and a bit. So they kind of stack in your hands if you pick up something that you already have. Okay, that's going on. Just finishing off. Now I put in 2 stacks of 1,000, and I'm going to produce 2,000 hydrogen. Now hydrogen, you may have noticed already, stacks to 2,000. water stacks to 1,000. Okay, so I've got that. Let me grab that one. Try and grab these. Sometimes they drift out of range. Now, this will get us started and will be enough to, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, so that's 6,000 and a bit of fuel, 8,000 and a bit. Let me grab whatever comes out of this slot. We can wait for that next one as well. This is what's left to mine. I can cancel, which would then eject whatever is still processing. Yeah, like I might see a high value asteroid drift past, and I'm busy processing something, very low value, or have extracted already from that asteroid the high value portion of the resources. So I could cancel, throw that out, and just deal with what's left over and suck in a new asteroid. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab another load of water. I want to make a bit of oxygen. I will have enough fuel now with that lot that I've just processed. Is that running? Yeah, that's running. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's processing. So this one comes up, grab that, grabbing it with the E key. We're just going to wait for this last little bit to be mined, and then we're going to go and make some oxygen, and we'll make a little bit of extra hydrogen with what remains. Just oxygen and hydrogen would be fairly sufficient to get you going. However, I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up excuse me, an asteroid with iron and copper on it. Now, I don't really need to do that, but I just want to show it to you because I do have copper and iron in my cargo. And I'm going to show you some uses for this. So let's grab these items here. I'm going to put one stack of water into there and make one oxygen. I'm going to pick that up. And the value, there we go. I'm going to chuck those things in there, pick this up. Then I'm going to tell it to process the balance of the hydrogen. Excuse me. Now I'm going to go up here. There is a thing called a cargo teleporter, and I'm going to place the fuel on it. And I'm going to go here and select my ship, which is currently broadcasting the name of the Hammer Mark 1. Excuse me. Ooh. So, on the small hydrogen tank over there on the bridge, the small hydrogen tank, I'm going to teleport the fuel. Oh, excuse me. Directly into the tank. The balance, which couldn't get sent into the tank, is left behind. I'll pick that up. There's the oxygen, and that's the balance of the fuel. And I think there was a bit of, yeah, there's some iron left over there. I'm just going to chuck this all into there. I'm going to tell it to process the copper. There's a small amount, so it'll process quickly. And then I'll tell it to process the iron. So that's how I would get copper ingots and iron ingots. In fact, I'll wait for the first 600 to come out. There we go. Now, we've also received some rewards for doing so. Some of them come from Earl's Cup, who will give me rewards because I've been doing mining and making resources and all the rest, etc. I'll claim all of the stuff that they give me, and I'll claim that. And and this one, there's a couple of rewards as well. I'll claim all of those. And then it'll pop up, that I've received all these different quantities of money and reputation with a particular faction. Earl's Co in this case. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up, let me pop this inside. I've got a full stack of iron. Let me grab another 2, 3, 4 stacks of iron. I will grab and 1 of copper. Now I'm going to go and use the teleporter, and I'm going to teleport to my ship. It only has one location I can teleport to, which is the bridge. So I could just say teleport. This will then close up and teleport me across to the ship which I designed and built, which we'll take a bit of a closer look at soon. Now, if I press X, it jumps directly to the status. I could press Tab to bring up my grip, go to status, ship status, and this is the same as pressing X. What's relevant here is the bridge. This has currently got, the oxygen should be dropping. Let me just press X again. The oxygen should be dropping here because this life support is empty. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some oxygen over here. This will now start filtering carbon out of the atmosphere, so there will be a buildup of carbon, or carbon dioxide really, but it grabs the carbon portion. And the oxygen will slowly be used up here, 998. I inserted 1,000. Here I'm going to install some ammunition, except I don't have any. However, I'm going to go upstairs to where I can manufacture things. Here I've got a little manufacturer. These are batteries. We might look at them a little bit later. If combat goes badly, we might get some damage to the ship and come and repair these things. So I'm going to insert 2 pieces of iron and or 2 stacks of iron and a stack of copper. And then I am going to make standard nanobots. These are used for repairing your ship. So this is now going to consume those resources and generate those nanobots for me. They stack to 600. So far it's made 200. And it's making 400, and now obviously it's heading towards 600, which will be a full stack. I've got a total of 1,200 planned, so it's 2 stacks. I'll pick that up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to toss this and this over here. And these are the cargo containers. I just pressed E while looking at it. And I'm going to put the spare fuel over here. Also just pressing E. And then I'm going to take these nanobots and I'm going to insert these into my small armor generator. Now there's my current armor value, 25,000, which is what you get from the small armor generator. So I'm just going to press U there. I'm just going to claim all these rewards, which I've been rewarded because I've constructed nanobots and inserted them and what have you. Just get that out the way. Right, so we have no ammunition, so we're going to be in a very tight spot if we run into anybody. Basically our choice is going to be run away or run away. So I'm going to teleport back to the Black Pit, and when we get there I'm going to have a quick look to see if I can pick up some nitrous oxide, and then I'll let me just go to the other side. I want to go down here. Down the end of this passage is a store where GT, Galactic Trade, are selling some things. And if I have a look, there's some nitrous oxide available for 23 units each. Ammunition would cost me 44. That's the sell price. This is the buy price, 54 and 33. Now, I can actually make my own ammunition by buying some nitrous oxide here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase, let me go for 4 stacks. It would be 600 would be 1 stack, 1200 would be 2 stacks, 2400 would be 4 stacks. So that's going to cost me 79,200. And that's going to give me 2,400 rounds of ammunition. Obviously, things are quite expensive. What I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to grab some scrap copper. There's a demand, they've got that available. Let me say buy, and I'm going to buy 2 stacks of copper, or scrap copper, and I'm going to buy some scrap iron. They're very cheap, 5 and 7 units respectively. And this one over here, I'm going to buy 2,400. Now, I won't be able to, my inventory can only hold 3 stacks, so there we go. I was carrying a stack of iron on me already. Right, this will be sufficient for us to actually make our own ammunition. I could have gone here, as I said, let me just shoot back to the shop. I could have gone here and purchased some ammunition. There is some ammunition for sale. I could have just clicked on it and purchased. This shows me what's in the station. The station has 12,000 rounds for sale. In my inventory is none. And they're willing to buy up to 497 ammo, which you could sell to them at 44 units each. You would buy them at 54. However, I thought I would show you how to make your own ammunition if you have a ship that's capable of making an ammunition, if it has an assembler on it, which we do have. Now, here we go. Let's shoot through onto this side. I'm going to pop the copper and the iron scraps into this refinery. This is a small refinery. It's a bit slower. And we're going to process the copper and the iron. This is all. That's the second stack of nanobots that we had. I'm going to insert 2 stacks of this nitrous oxide in there. Let's just go and pick up this copper. Again, there's been a reward given me for refining something or using something, so I'm just going to claim more. Go here and claim more. And the drifters, because I picked up scrap, they're also rewarding me slightly. Right, then let's refine the iron as well. Okay, so now this copper and iron will allow me to make shells. So if I click on the shells, I'm going to make 1,200 of them process. So that's then going to make shells. Shells are empty bullets. It's just the the iron and the copper part. I will need to put that in and process it a second time to combine it with the nitrous oxide and actually make live ammo. So we'll look at that in a second. Let's go back over here. Let's pull out these 2 which are ready. It's going to process the other 2 as well. There we go. This has so far produced 700, 800. It's got 1,200 to produce. We could come and take a look over here. There are some simple things which you can manufacture here, but it makes weapons, plasma pistols, repair food cartridges, heat sinks, automation cartridges, star maps, various other things, which I'm not going to get into. There's quite some depth in other things. I've pulled that out. I'm going to insert that now into the machine, and now I can produce standard ammo. So I'm going to process that. There we go, 1,200 rounds of ammunition are going to be produced. I'm going to pick up these. Should have been okay. I must have picked up the other one just now. I'm just going to insert that. This ammunition is being produced somewhat slowly, but hey, it's almost halfway. What I'm going to do is put these things, which I'm going to use to make ammunition with shortly, because we want some spare. I'm going to also put the spare nanobots over there. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the station, and we are going to pick up a mission from the drifters. Now, with the drifters, you want to be a little careful with the missions that you take. These are the mission boards. Here are the mission terminals. Now, this one, for example, needs some junk. And if you double-click that and take a look at it, your partner, Joey Ray here, found a station which is likely not in use anymore. Its owner probably won't miss it when it's gone. It would be great if you could, hop over and turn it into some nice valuable and untraceable junk. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's going to happen is you're going to gain some faction with some reputation with the drifters, and he will pay you a certain reward and all the rest, and you're going to be highly disliked by somebody else who happens to own that station. So don't take that mission unless you mean to. Search and destroy, which is we have detected an unsightly gaggle of Skrull roaming around Skavarian. Now these are we're going to accept that mission. I'm also going to defend the frontier, some aliens as well. I'm going to accept that mission. And what I'll do is I'll do this quick and easy money thing, which is saying, well, we've got these 1,070 Skrull biomatter which we need you to run through to a station, but the law is after these goods, so if they catch us with it, we're going to be hauling contraband, and we could be fined. However, I'll take that mission so you can have a look at it. Okay, so we've got all of that. I'm going to jump back on board the ship. The ammunition should now be completed. I'll be able to pick it up and insert it into the ammunition loader, because having the ammunition is one thing. You've actually got to put it somewhere useful in order to use it. Shooting around this corner, grab that. I'm also going to go ahead and make some more ammo. So there we go. Process 1 copper and plus 1 iron, 600 each into 1,200 shells. Okay, so that will process, but in the meantime we have some ammunition. So let's take that and go to an ammo loader, and we're going to insert that. So that will now load up, and if we look at the console, we have 1 round has gone into the chamber. We have that left up over here in that box. I could remove that crate, and as you can see there, I've got 1,199. I can reinsert it, and you'll see it's all good there. Right, now what I'm going to do is jump into the cockpit, press E, jump into the seat, and I now have a lot of icons that appear, or little markers, some around a circle because they're not directly in, they're not within this view cone. So this over here is a place where we have got a mission. Now if I hold down, if I press T, it will target it. If I hold down T, it will toggle down past the various things you can target near this planet. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start accelerating the ship. I'm going to press Tab. That allows me to mouse steer this. It only has mouse steering. It doesn't support a joystick or anything like that, somewhat unfortunately, but it is what it is. So this is 5.9 AUs away from me. 1 astronomical unit is the average distance between the Sun and Earth. It's something that is also about 8 light minutes away. So it takes light traveling at 300,000 kilometers per second through vacuum to cover this distance. So it's a long distance away. However, we have a thing called warp. So we can open the warp menu and engage the warp drive. Now you'll see some little red things popped up here. That's some enemy, but nobody's paying us to attack them, so I'm ignoring them for now. Now traveling at warp 1 or 5.3 kilometers per second, it would take me 1,906 days, real time days, to get there at this speed. But if I accelerate to warp 2 at 48 kilometers per second, it will now only take me 211 days. So as I speed up and warp faster and faster to warp 7, it will now take me 5 minutes. Warp 8, it'll take me 30 seconds. Now, because I'm getting close to the planet, it automatically dropped me out of warp 9 back to warp 8. Warp 9, you travel at over the speed of light. So we traveling warp 7 9 times the speed of light. Now we're traveling about 1.06 C, where C is the speed of light. And we are approaching that. I'm going to rotate. I'm also going to, okay, this is on the close side of the planet. I dropped back with S. I pressed S to pull back. 1 second, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0. Right, so I've dropped out of warp. Slow down, pressed X to cut my throttle, and there is the station. So now you'll notice up in the top right hand corner it says illegal activity found, Icona, which is my username, and that is I've taken a mission and I'm kind of smuggling some stuff. So let me pick up the stuff that we were smuggling, and we're going to place this on the cargo teleporter. We're going to select the station, and we're going to go to the arrivals drop box, and I'm going to pick one of these up. I'm just going to drop some of it off. So there, I've got to deliver those resources. However, I still have to deliver another 600. Now, I could have delivered everything that way, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to teleport across to it and just show you the physical side of the station that we were delivering goods to. So there we go. We've teleported across, and here is a mission drop box. So if there were multiple missions relevant to the station, they would be listed here, but there is only one, the quick and easy money thing, and that I select it, and it shows me, oh, those are the resources still wanted. Lo and behold, that's what I'm carrying, so I deliver it, and now I have completed my mission, and they have rewarded me a lot of resources, plus some cash and what have you. I am going to, well, I'll just keep these resources in my hands. Why the designers chose, for some reason, to put this in your hands instead of your vault is beyond me, but, well, again, that's the way it is. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them into this over here. I'm going to have to leave shortly. I have a dinner appointment. So anyway, that has been put away there. Now I'm going to quickly run up to the front. I've also received a good job, type of thing. I'm going to delete that message. Ignore that, and I'm going to quickly get involved in the combat so that we can have a look at that. Now that is up over here. I'm going to target, take a look at it. I'm going to hold down T, target those first grunts, the scroll grunts, and we're going to walk across to 6.41 AU once again. We're going to walk up to warp 9. This consumes quite a bit of power to actually jump up, but I have quite a bit of power available. Although, actually, technically, the ship is highly underpowered. It's reliant on its batteries, and when you're not using a lot of power, it charges the batteries. But right now, we're discharging the batteries, and I could run out of power and completely drop out of warp because I have no power left. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. That's a little alarm reminding me of a dinner date. Okay, so here we go. There's the planet with rings around it, obviously. This over here is the moon of that, one of the moons of that planet, I think the only one. And so what I'm going to do is just pull in here. Whoop, I dropped out of warp. It was also dropping me out of warp. We want to get a bit closer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whoa! Once again, it dropped me out of warp, and I dropped out of warp, so I went down 2 warp levels. 3, 2, 1, 0, and 3, 2, 1. There we are, right on top of the enemy. H, I forgot to activate my weapons before I got started. Okay, I seem to have something funny on my weapons CPU here. Let me just take a quick look at this. Not an ideal time. I want to go to main. I've switched over to main. I just leapt over the side there. And right, there we go. There we go. I have destroyed them. You receive this stuff in your hand while you're piloting, and you get this flashy thing that goes on. Slightly annoying. Just hop out of the seat and hop back in, and it disappears. Now here is a debris field. Again, as you saw, these little triangles here. These are bits and pieces of debris. I've gone into the debris cloud of the scroll, and I'm now going to salvage things. So I double click that to pull that in, and I'm going to double click the next one, and that one, and that one, and then that one. And it is going to pull things up. Oh, we got paid in torpedoes for this one. So let's pop these torpedoes. We'll use those in a moment. In the meantime, let's just finish the salvaging here. Now these things will combine in my hands. There, I've got a full stack of that. I'm just popping it on the cargo container. Pick that up. Pick that up. There were 2 of them, so obviously we could get the other one as well. I'm going to kind of hurry up because, oh, there's another one. Double click that to grab it. Okay, right. I'm actually going to ignore the scrap from the other one. This is really just a demonstration of kind of how you do things and some of what the game is entailing. Right, open the door. I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to target the next one over here just for our second mission. Let's just target that grunt. Jump. This one is 100 gigameters away, or 100,000 kilometers. So we're going to speed up here to warp 5. Warp 6, we're traveling now at 1.06 times the speed of light. It'll still take 5 minutes to get there. 33 seconds. Let's go faster. 3, 2, 1. And we drop out of warp automatically because we get close to a gravity well. And there we go. 200,000 kilometers, or yep, there we go. 200 million meters. Let's go slightly in this direction. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There's a station up there. And obviously we're going to protect that station. Warp 2. Warp 1. Drop out of warp. Right, there they are. 6 kilometers away. Let's pull in on these. Now, if they shoot at the station, we may see some protect. Oh, there's some protection drones. No, those are trade drones. Oh, there's a protection drone. 2 protection drones. Okay, we have. Yeah, I just need to be a little bit careful with my aim. Yeah, I don't want to accidentally shoot the station. They will get a bit unhappy with me. So there we go. They have been destroyed. Now I could go there and salvage them and all the rest, etc. However, that's me. I've completed all the missions I had. So I'm going to delete that. And those were just my thank you messages. This is my ammo that I have. I should be making more ammo and filling up. We don't want to run out of ammo. Also, I took a little bit of hull damage, so my armor got scratched. So it's kind of repairing it there. My shield is back to full. My fuel is running down quite hard. I started off with 10,000, and that's mainly because it's charging the batteries. However, I'm going to leave it at that, and we can catch up with another look at this shortly. I will see you again. Thank you for your time, your valuable time having a watch. I hope it was of some value. If I have earned your subscription, well, thank you very kindly. And we will see you later when I come back to continue this quick tutorial-ish kind of look at the game. Cheerio.